All right, these are the answers to the statistical question worksheet. First one wants to know whether these are statistical questions or not, and could we defend. Now, with a statistical question, there's three things. It can be answered with data, meaning that we can collect information to help us answer the question. It's not just a yes or a no. We understand that the data will vary. So if you ask, like, when is Christmas, it's always December 25th. That's not a statistical question, that's just a general question, right? Statistical one will give us answers that might change depending on who we talk to or when we ask. And then the third one is that we've identified a population of interest. We have clearly identified who we're asking the question of. So for number one, it says, what are the colors of shoes worn by students in my school? So we've identified the population, students in my school. What are the colors? That can be answered with data, because we can find out which colors are there, and then it will change depending on who we're talking to. So this is, that's a statistical question. How many hours of sleep per night do high school students usually get when they have school the next day? So we can answer that with data in terms of what we're asking. We can find out the number of hours that they're doing, and we've identified, that will vary from person to person. The only problem here is it says high school students, and that's kind of vague, right? Which high school students are we talking about? Do we have a particular group in mind, or are we just talking about anyone, right? So I think that, for me, I would say no. We need to be more specific on the population that we're talking about. Now, if we would have said South Milwaukee high school students or high school students in Southeast Wisconsin, something that is more specific to that, I think that would be. The other parts I think are fine. How many miles per gallon does my car get, or my parents' car get? Well, that's just going to be a simple answer of 30 or 25 or something. It's not going to vary. Yeah, you'll have a number on it. We have been specific. It's my parents' car, so the population is clear. We can put a number to it, but it's not going to vary. So this would be a no. Well, we can't answer that one, or it's not a statistical question. So number 4, 5, 6 says, can you identify these as categorical or numerical? Categorical would be things organized into categories, similar to number 1, where we talked about the colors of shoes, and numerical would be more of the actual number answer. So arm spans of 12 students, we're going to measure their arm spans and get numbers for that, so that's numerical. Number of languages spoken by each of 20 adults, so we'd ask them how many languages you speak. They'd tell us 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's numerical. Go ahead. Favorite sport of each person in a group of 20 adults. It would just be either football, basketball, soccer, baseball, something like that. So this is categorical. We wouldn't get a number answer, we'd get a category. And then finally here, rewrite the following question as a statistical question. So it says, how many points did the high school soccer team score in its last game? So we do have a specific population, and we do have a question that could be answered with a number. The problem is that it's going to just be, a simple number, 0, 1, 2, something like that. It's not going to vary. And so if we want to do this, maybe we would say, how many points does the high school soccer team score in a typical game? In other words, let's take the information from several games and let's see what a typical game might be. Right? That would be more of a statistical question, because that's going to vary over time.